So, what financial technology company could make you thousands of dollars? Comment down below if you can guess the stock by the thumbnail. So, the company that can make you thousands of dollars is Block. So, if you guessed Block, good job, you were right. Do you guys use Block or do you own Block stock? If so, comment down below. Make sure to sign up with my Webull link in the description below and get yourself some free stock. Anyways, so Block's current market cap is $48.46 billion. Their 52-week high is $83 with 29 cents. Their 52-week low is $38 with 85 cents. Their earnings per share is negative 46 cents. A way you can tell if a company is profitable is by looking at their earnings per share. If a company has a negative earnings per share, then you might want to reconsider before investing into that company. They do not pay a dividend at the current moment. Now, looking at their annual revenue, in 2019 they made $4.71 billion. In 2020 they made $9.5 billion. In 2021 they made $17.66 billion. In 2022 they made $17.53 billion. In 2023 they made $21.92 billion. Just in case you don't know what revenue means, it's the total amount of money a company earns from goods and services. Now, looking at their annual net income, in 2019 they made $375.45 million. In 2020 they made $213.1 million. In 2021 they made $158.83 million. In 2022 they made negative $553 million. In 2023 they made negative $21.12 million. Just in case you don't know what net income is, it's what a business or individual makes after taxes, deductions, and other expenses are taken out. Looking at their annual operating income, in 2019 they made $400 million. In 2020 they made negative $18.82 million. In 2021 they made $161.11 million. In 2022 they made negative $624.53 million. In 2023 they made negative $278.84 million. So what is operating income? It's an accounting figure that measures the amount of profit realized from a business's operations after deducting operating expenses such as wages, depreciation, and the cost of goods sold. Moving forward, according to 48 analysts, 50% of them are saying to buy Block. Now, what price target do analysts see Block at? For the 1-year price forecast, the average price target is $87.24, with a high estimate of $100 and a low estimate of $40. Now, looking at Block on the technical analysis perspective, the current support level on the daily chart is 61. The current resistance level on the daily chart is 79 through 80. Support and resistance levels are important because they help when to enter in a trade and when to exit out of a trade. That's why it's important to have a game plan using support and resistance. Try to be realistic where your support and resistance levels are at, so try not to overextend your support and resistance levels. What makes this a convincing buy is that there's a double top pattern forming on the daily chart. You can see that Block on the 23rd of February tried going past the resistance level of 80 but ultimately got rejected, which could mean a signal to the downside possibly in these upcoming days. Just in case you don't know what a double top pattern is, a double top is an extremely bearish technical reversal pattern that forms after Nasdaq reaches a high price 2 consecutive times with a moderate decline between the two highs. Basically, the formation of the double top pattern is seen as an opportunity to enter a bearish position. Sometimes it's best to look over a stock and see how it's done in the past, because sometimes history can repeat itself. Now, what could happen tomorrow or in the upcoming days is that Block could start a reversal to the downtrend, and just maybe it could touch that resistance level of 61 again, maybe by next month or in April. Now looking at this with the moving average indicators on the daily chart, you can see that Block is above all moving averages. More specifically, it's above the 200-day moving average, which is a good sign for the stock over the long term. So what is the 200-day moving average? A buy signal is generated when the price moves above the 200-day moving average. A sell signal is triggered when the price moves below the 200-day moving average. Basically, if a stock is over the 200-day moving average, investors have confidence in buying the stock. If it's below the 200-day moving average, investors may be losing confidence in the stock and may consider selling. Now, the moment everyone's been waiting for, how can Block make me money? It's by buying options. Okay, to explain it in the most simple way, basically, if you buy a call option, you're betting that stock is going to go up. Meanwhile, if you buy a put option, you're betting that stock will go down. So for me, when I'm buying options, I do not like buying options short term. I like buying options long term because they're way less risky and don't risk losing that much money if I'm wrong. Meanwhile, if I play a short term option, I'm more likely to lose money because each day that passes, that option decreases in value. Meanwhile, the long term option decreases in value too, but at a slower pace. Just like stocks, do everything with risk management. So have a game plan, planned out, plan where you want to enter and exit out of a trade. Let me show you an example. So I'm interested in buying a put option that expires the 21st of June at a strike price of $77.50. Now, how much would I make if I buy one call option that expires June 21? So if Block touches 61 by next month, let's say March 30, I would make a total of $973, which is insane. Now, if I start seeing that Block is struggling to get to 61, I'll have to sell it at 70 instead. The reason is because 70 used to be the old resistance. Now let's say March 18th Block touches 70, I would make a gain of $362, which isn't bad. A win is a win, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. But I want you guys to always remember this. We're not perfect. No one is perfect. But from the mistakes we make, we can learn from them. So if you ever feel like, man, the stock market is complicated, or I feel like I'm never going to make money off the stock market, don't feel that way. Practice makes perfect. So give it your all and don't give up. Also, if you want to practice your trading skills, sign up with my Webull link in the description below and get yourself some free stock and start paper trading with fake money. Now, let's say you're like, yeah, I think I'm going to stay off the options. They seem complicated. They are complicated, but don't worry. You always have the option to invest into Block for the long term. Now, moving forward, what would happen if you had invested $1,000 into Block for the long term? Let's take a look. Now, let's say you invested into Block for 9 years with $1,000. Then, let's say you contribute $500 into Block monthly. By the end of the 9-year mark, your investment of $1,000 would now be worth $91,691. That is just insane because all you did was hold on to Block for 9 years and let Block do all the hard work for you. Now, if you had invested into SPY for 9 years with a small investment of $1,000, then let's say you contribute a monthly amount of $500 and reinvest your dividends to buy more SPY shares. By the end of the 9-year mark, your investment would be worth $110,711. That is just insane because all you did was hold on to SPY for 9 years, reinvested your dividends back into SPY, and let SPY do all the hard work for you. This is the power of long-term investing. Meanwhile, if you had invested that money in a savings account, it would be nowhere what Block or SPY could have given you over the 9-year mark. But what does everyone think about Block? Do you see them having a good future, or do you think they will struggle? Let me know in the comments down below. This concludes the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Get yourself some free stock when you sign up with my Webull link in the description below or wherever you're seeing this. As always, take care everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Also, this is not financial advice. Alright, see you guys. Take care. Bye.